It creates credibility and trust as one of the biggest things that it does achieve. Content has a lot of jobs. Content can attract traffic, builds that credibility and trust. It also engages with the client as well. So it's got a lot of jobs to do. And different content does it in different ways. So images, video, it depends on what your goal is with your content. So you might find you've got deep content or something like an ebook. I suppose premium content is another way to describe that, or content of consequence. On the other hand, you've got things that are fun, which might be like GIFs or emojis, which are being used more and more by content marketers. A bit of a fun top of the funnel to get attention, like in the email, for example. So, and then there's images on Twitter and on Instagram. So, we've got to start at the top of the funnel. We've got to build that brand awareness first, and then take it from there, and depending on what you want to achieve. One of the biggest challenges is much more noise out there, so breaking through that clutter. So you've got to be experimenting with different types of content, creative headlines, different platforms. So that is an ongoing challenge. There's another challenge, which is the battle of the algorithms, and that's actually where getting your content in front of people is being determined more and more by algorithms on Facebook, algorithms on search engines. Now, they've been around a while now, but one of the newest ones that people are struggling with for email is, for example, is that Google's put in place promotions tabs, more emails are going to spam or trash. So there's the algorithms are even creeping into email marketing as well. I think storytelling can be really powerful, I think, and that will make you stand out and also memorable. So I've moved much more into the art of storytelling over the last 2 or 3 years. And because people will remember stories. And I remember I bumped into a person I'd met in Europe about a year ago, and he said, "Jeff, I remember that story you told me." He didn't tell me I remember that fact that you told me, it was that story. So people will forget the facts, but they won't forget how you made them feel. And that's the art of storytelling. Yeah, optimisation is an ongoing journey, and it's part of making sure that you educate first and sell last. So the role of content is to educate initially first, and then some rule of thumb says that content or education is marketing is 75% education and 25% sales. So that's the optimisation journey you've got to try and continue to work on. So you're not asking for the order straight up front. A salesman doesn't turn up the office and say, "Buy my stuff." It's the same online. So the sales process hasn't changed, just the medium. I don't know if people search through hashtags more than anything else rather than click on a hashtag, but I think everyone uses them in different ways. So I haven't sort of looked at any research that shows the amount of traffic driven by hashtags, but you can put them as filters into the different platforms like Hootsuite and so on that actually can sort out traffic built upon hashtags, such as maybe hashtag content marketing, one word. So it's an interesting area. It's a little bit Wild West. I think they're very important for building what I call strong ties. I think face to face, sitting down over a meal or a glass of wine or a coffee, I think that's really important, building relationships where you actually can collaborate and do business together. So weak ties are great in terms of creating brand awareness, whether it's a personal brand or a business brand. But I think the difference is made at the end of the day is when those weak ties turn into strong ties, and that's the face to face. That's the conferences. In fact, when I go to conferences, I quite often will not necessarily go to a lot of the actual, events, but actually do a lot of networking in the corridors. I think that's really important to understand. We're still very human. We live in a very digital and virtual age much, but I think that it's really important to work hard on being real. There's a lady who speaks about the 5 top tips for converting sales pages. I think she's speaking tomorrow, and I think that would be a pretty good session. Awesome.